Welcome back everybody to part 4 of my HTML tutorial for beginners. So last time we left off, we looked at CSS, which is just a way to pizzazz your website, add some style, add some personality to your website. Now we're going to go over a little bit more into CSS, as we're going to look at most of the popular CSS properties that you will use in your own website. Then last time we looked at divisions and we looked at CSS, but just the beginning, as we just figured out how you can switch your font color, which is just color, and our background color, which is background. I can show you what our website looks as of right now. This is what we see here. We're going to put a little bit more pizzazz to it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to first create a kind of like a title to our website. So we're going to do another division, and we're going to have another child in it. You don't know what child is yet. It's basically just a thing in the division. We're gonna say our title will be this is part 4. Not 5, we're not there yet. Again, to get our styles, CSS styles, we do style equals quotation marks, and you can see here some of the other ones we might use, but we're gonna do text align. Text align will allow us to put the text, which is this is part 4, in the center, left, right, and you can do all these other ones, but you're mostly going to use center, left, and right. To do our title, we're going to do center. Now I will show you what that is. As you can see right here, this is part 4, is in the center. I can also show you what right is. Let's drag that back out. So if we're going to do right, our right looks like this, and obviously default is left because of the English language. You read from left to right. So we're just going to put it center for our thing. Next up, we have font size. And I know we haven't really done this yet, but if you want to put multiple styles in one division, you just do quotation mark. That's not right. Oh. So we just do that. You know that's right? Alright, sorry about that. So we're just going to do this. We're going to do font size. We're going to change our font size. These are what the default ones are in CSS. We have large, larger, medium, small, smaller, x large, x small, x large, x small, xx small, xx large. Sorry. You can also do px. Px is kind of like the things you do in Word, for example. But actually, for this example, let's just do large. So you have also the option type in the number, and you can just customize it the way you want if you don't like the default presets. But this is what our thing looks like now. As you can see here, the font is bigger, and we actually might want to do extra large. So we do X large, reset that. As you can see here, our website's looking a little bit more designed. This is part 4. And as you can see here, kind of a little, like a header / title for our website. I'm actually going to switch that to capital P. Looks a little better, in my opinion. Alright. So, now you know how to align the text to however way you want, and now you know switch your font size. We can actually change this font size. You can also do style in specific paragraphs. You don't have to do it in the division. I want to let you know that because some people, I don't want to confuse you this early on. You can just do this font size, and we're going to do small for a little type of footer type thing. So this is what we're looking at now. This is part 4, our normal, and as you can see here, we have a little tiny little. This is part 4. So again, you can choose your own. You can put the style in this paragraph tag, but it's easier to just put it in the division instead of typing it in each single one paragraph, unless you want them to be different. Next up, we have height. Height was to set the height of our element, so I can just show you and this specific paragraph here. So let's do style equals, not that, equals height. So the height we can just do, usually what you're going to do is going to be a percentage, so let's do 10%. I actually don't know if it's going to do anything. Not yet. Alright, we got to keep that for later. Sorry about that. I was wrong. Height, now you know what height is, just, that's for something else. we're going to do border. So let's do border on this one. Border will create a border for us, and we can choose what color we want the border to be. So let's do black. That's not right. Sorry about that. So again, these are just demonstrations of these CSS things. We're not going to put it on our website just yet because you will see we're going to come back to it in the future. So again, border is another CSS style you can do. Next up, we have margin style equals margin. Probably want to do inside here just to show you what it is. So margin, and margin just, and we choose the again we can do percentage here, 0%. Again, I just want to show you these because we're going to get to it later on in our HTML journey. So now I showed you a little bit more of CSS, and you're like, why would you show this to me now? It's because these ones, the border, the margin, the height, these are for when we do tables. We create a kind of like a table box that we put our things in. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna do float. Float is a little bit cool because we can actually move our image. So let's do style. Oh, we already have style. Float, and let's try right. And hopefully, as you can see here now, we put everything to the right. So we can now we can move our images and other things to the right. And you're like, well, didn't you show that in text align? Text align is for text. Float moves everything. So don't get that mixed up because it can be confusing. Again, if you want to do multiple styles, all you do is this what's that thing called? I don't know what it's called right now. What's this? I can't think of the name. But we just do that, and we have to keep all of it in quotation marks. Remember that. Quotation marks are needed for this. To do any CSS. Now we're going to do creating different sizes for our website. What we're going to do here is this is part of style. Let's try this. Let's put it up here. Let's try again height. I showed you this before because I told you we're gonna be back here. Trust me. We're gonna do 200 px. 200 px is just 200 pixels. Again, but that is very similar to a word where 12, 14, 16. Just want to explain that to you in the easiest way. The px is pixel. I totally forgot to mention that. So when you do px, you're just doing 200 pixels. And now we actually have this. So we switched the height of our division and we did the width. So let's actually change the width to 400. As you can see here, now we have the text box changed. And we have our box still here, but since we did 200 height, it goes down more. So if we want to make it a little bit better, let's try 100. And now we have this. You can see it's a little bit more clean. We're getting a little bit more customizable, and it just looks a lot better. So before we go, I'm going to teach you guys the types of units. So these are the types of units in CSS/HTML. So we have px, which is pixels. Px is pixels, so that's what we did here with 100. So you can see here, this here is just 100 pixels long, tall. The width is 400 pixels wide. Move that back, over away. Next up, we have percentages. So we actually did not do a percentage here, but if we wanted to, we could just do width equals, just demonstrate that right now, 70%. So that will be 70% of the page. So here we go. Oh yeah, I am typing this here, so that will show up on the bottom, but that's fine. So as you can see here, now it is 70% of the website. If we do 100, what do you think it's going to be? 100 is going to be 100% of the website. But let's go back to our, let's try 30%. Nope, that's not good. I'm looking on my own side and I see it's not what I like. Let's do 40%. I think 40% looks good. Next up, we have PT, which is points. So if we switch this to PT, 100 PT is a little bit better than pixels. I'm actually not sure what PT is, but oh, never mind. PT, if I remember, is point value, so it's kind of just like I can't explain it too well, but I can't get it in my head. Sorry. I can't get it in my head. Sorry about that. Let's move that back here. Now we're gonna also make our website a little bit more snazzy while doing a font size for this box. And let's try 24 PT. Or 24 is too big. Let's think. Let's try 20 PT. 20 PT is actually the default, I believe. Or we're just not changing. Sorry about that. Let's try 28px. That's way too big. Alright, as you can see here, it says 28px. We don't want that. Let's try 24px. A little too big in my opinion, but let's try 20px. Usually, I would use percentages in px. I don't really like... Actually, 18. Sorry. I don't really like 16. Sorry. Alright. Wow. Nope, too small. Wow. 17. Okay, it's a 17. I like 17. As you can see here, 17 is a little bit better for our own website. I just went through a whole ton of numbers. But, I actually forget what I was going to say. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I'm also going to show you guys how to do comments in HTML. These are more for your own personal self. I believe it is just this. Sorry, it's this. And that's how we do a comment. And again, we have to do the closing tag, so we do... There you go. So, as you can see here, now that was gone because we switched this to a comment. So if you want, you can do comments of what each single one of these do, so that you have that in your memory. So, that's going to be the end of part 4. We went a bit more into CSS, and we're going to dive even deeper in the next part. So stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, subscribe. Bye.